Yes, Namaste my dear children. Namaste my dear friends. I welcome you all for this new video. So in this video I am going to teach you the new lesson my dear children. So before starting I would like to give you some points, that is, so when you will be brushing the teeth in the early morning, how do you brush? That means I'm not asking you that how do you brush. So I'm asking you that while brushing, do you switch on that tap and leave that like that itself, that water flows continuously and you will be brushing the teeth, and after that you will switch off after completing your brushing, right? So some of you students might be doing like this. So please be careful my dear children. Why? Because have you observed in the desert there is no even a single drop of water my dear children. There is no even a single drop of water to drink. Then we are wasting so much of water here, where we are given with the abundance of water. Here we are completely blessed that we have water completely to drink and to do all the types of works. So anyway my dear children, today I hope you might have understood that today I am going to start a new lesson, that is the elixir of life. Yes. So this chapter is written by this essay. This is a descriptive essay. This descriptive essay is written by Sir C.V. Raman. So Sir C.V. Raman here, he tries to, that means once I would like to tell you my dear children, here there is no any type of story. Here some points we can remember, and these some points if you remember also you can write by your own in your examination for any type of the question if comes in the examination. Why? Because this is just a descriptive essay on water. So here the elixir means what? It is divine Amrita. So Amrita, I hope you might be knowing Amrita, what we call the divine nectar. Okay, so here Sir C.V. Raman is signifying, or he is symbolizing that elixir of life in this world. That elixir, that Amrita is water. So we have to take care of this water. What he is trying to suggest here. So come on my dear friends, let us try to observe some of the points which we can remember for the examination point of view. Okay, so the first thing I would like to tell you once again that the elixir means what? It is the divine nectar. So the divine nectar in this world is water, the first point. So second point, I would like to tell you that he refers to the word river Nile. So Nile river, which is present in Egypt. Okay, so he says that the river Nile, where it has flown, no, so both the banks of the river, that means both the sides, there are two sides for that river. So one side of the river is completely a desert land, and the other side of that Nile river is completely a greeny forest. So here that he would like to, that means here C.V. Raman sir, he is trying to tell that the river, that Nile valley, that forest area is because of this river Nile itself. Without that Nile river, their forestation or the forest could not have been survived there. That trees could not have been survived there without the water. So he is trying to tell that river Nile, how it is helpful for that afforestation or for that forest there on the one bank of the river. So like the same way river Nile is very much important, like the same way water is most important for all the human beings, what he is trying to tell. So the next thing, geologists feel this, because of that river Nile itself, this forest is able to survive there. These trees are able to survive there, even though there is a desert in the other part or the other side of that river. So this you have to remember. So next thing, he also refers that in South India, Sir C.V. Raman, he is referring in his descriptive essay that in South India, rain-fed tanks are built. So in this rain-fed tanks, they are a wonderful sight when that completely it is full of water in the rainy season. If rainy season is not there, it is completely empty, and in this rain-fed tanks, there is no maintenance what he has observed. So he is trying to tell that we have to maintain completely these types of rain-fed tanks in South India. And not only in South India, in North India also, in most of the places, these types of rain-fed tanks are built there also. So this helps in the times of when the rain proper rain if we won't get, then also we can use such type of water. But here there is no maintenance, what he is trying to observe, and he is pointing out that we have to maintain the cleanliness and we have to maintain these types of rain fed tanks in India. So this is the important point that what you have to remember. The next thing he also says that about the soil erosion. Yes, if heavy rainfall occurs in India, what happens? So much of water, it will flow away. So when the rainwater flows, it will not only flow only by taking only the water, it will also take away the fertile soil of this land. So he tells that we have to maintain this soil erosion also. So we have to take the preventive action against soil erosion, and we have to use this type of water along with the soil for the multi-purpose or for the beneficial ways. So this is what the important point. One more important point. So 3 points I have covered. So this is what he is trying to remember, or what you have also to remember for the examination point of view also. So next thing, why this water is very important? Because this is the basis for all the human creatures. Not only for all the human creatures, it is also very important for all the animals, for all the birds, and for each and everything. For all the creatures, water is must and should. And just think, my dear friends, my dear children, without food we can survive for some days, but without water, surviving even a single day is very, 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 very difficult. So please try to understand the importance of the water and take care of this water, my dear children. In your home, you start first from your home, then it will help to develop, or it will also bring the awareness amongst your friends, and then you can also bring the awareness amongst your neighbors. Then you can also bring this awareness in all the human beings day by day. Okay. So the next thing, he also stresses on harnessing of the river water. So he also tells that harnessing of the river water is very much essential in India. Then if harnessing of the water is possible, then we can also go for afforestation. That means in India, he says that civilized forests are very much essential. So this is what he is trying to focus on. That means civilized forests in India, it's very essential. So then at the end, he says that in India, internal waterways, if we can build internal waterways, it will help us for harvesting also, and for also producing the hydroelectric power. So water can be used for multi-purpose things. So at the last, he says that the water is the most the water is the most commonest liquid, but uncommon of all. So at the end, he also tells that water is itself the responsible for the human life to exist on this planet. Not only the human life, but for the birds, for the animals, and for all the creatures, water is must, my dear children. So what is the life lesson that what we can learn from this lesson? So I would like to tell you, my dear children, from today what you can do is to help the other creatures. You just take a small battala, or what we call a small bowl in your home. Take some water and keep it on your terrace. By that you can help you can feed water for some birds also. If possible, take a small bucket and put some water in that, and go outside and keep that in front of your home. By that you can also feed some sort of animals, dogs or cows, which can come and drink the water there. Okay. So like the same way, this you can help by feeding the water for the other animals. This is one thing. And the second thing, in your home, try to observe that water should not be wasted. Even a single drop of water should not be wasted. And I would like to tell about my mother, my dear children, here. My mother, from the very beginning, from my childhood days, I am seeing not even a single drop of water she has wasted. Every day, even in fact, we will switch on this tank. No, when the tank will be full, if the water overflows from the tank, that tank water also she used to take in the bucket. She has kept some sort of bucket under that water flowing pipe, and that extra water which flows, that she will also collect that water, and she will use that to feed the trees and feed some sort of plants in my garden, in my home. So I would like to tell my about my mother. I'm very much proud about my mother in this way. So like the same way, you also try to conserve the water in your home, and you can also bring the awareness amongst your friends, amongst your neighbors, amongst your relatives, and amongst your all the the whole country people also. You can also do some sort of small changes. If you can change, the whole world can be changed, my dear children. So I hope you have understood this chapter. Nothing to worry in this chapter. So some sort of important points you have to remember, and in examination, whatever the question may come, you can write the answer by your own, because it is completely relating to the water conservation and the importance of the water. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can comment me in the comment section below. I am with you always, my dear children, and once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all, my dear children. Thank you very much. Dhanyawadaha.